Welcome to Board Game Barrage. Today, we're doing a top 5 list. Hey everybody, welcome back to Board Game Barrage. You're here with Jeff, as usual. And today I'm doing something a little bit differently. I'm doing a solo top 5 list. Because I'm doing a top 5 most anticipated Kickstarter games of 2017 for me personally. So I want to get that out of the way right away. This is my personal list. It has nothing to do with any of the other members you've seen on the show. So basically, I've gone through Kickstarter, and any games that I personally backed that have an estimated delivery within 2017, I've put on the list because these are the most popular games that I think are going to be the biggest hits in my group, personally. So stick around. I'm going to leave the links for all of them for you. And so, yeah, let's jump right into it. So kicking off the list at number 5 is a game called Rail Raiders Infinite. This game is by Soda Pop Minis. It was first scheduled to be shipped out in October 2016, but it recently got pushed back to late summer, early fall 2017 because of some issues with the company. So that killed a lot of its hype, and that's why it is at number 5 for me. I am really hyped to get this game, but couple of issues there dropped it to number 5. It just made the list because I'm still really excited to play it, even though a lot of its hype has died down. So in the game, you take the role of a like a raider. It's in the name, a raider. It's like a western-y theme game where you're on a train and you start at the caboose and you're trying to get as much loot as you can off of this train, and each car has a different amount of loot in it. But each car also has lawbots in them, which are like robotic police officers. And you work with the other people to defeat these lawbots to get treasure. But the problem is, everyone's competing for the same loot. So if you work together with someone too much, to clear the room of the lawbots, if your turn ends, they can backstab you and just take all of the loot for themselves, which is a really neat concept. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this game to come in. And yeah, I can't get here soon enough because it's already overdue. Coming in at number 4 is The Edge Dawnfall by Awaken Realms. The Edge Dawnfall is slated to come out in August of this year. And this looks like it's like a hex-based battle game. You move your figures along and you try and eliminate your opponent. There are 7 different factions. You can also play as a team against... There's one faction that came out as a stretch goal that it's like a computer-based movement. This is a board game, but it's like an automated movement, and there's cards that have a deck that it moves and attacks different people based on that. And it's a simple battle game, but you get cards, and each of your different units has different health points, and you're moving around the board. And I am really pumped for this game. It looks really good. Check this one out. That is The Edge Dawnfall. Number 3 for me is by Druid City Games. It's scheduled to come out in December of this year, and its campaign is still actually running. You probably know what game this is. This is The Grim Forest. Wow, does this game look really good. Basically, you take the role of, I guess it's an ancestor of one of the 3 little pigs. And your goal is to be the first pig to build a house of brick, a house of wood, and a house of straw. Now, so it seems like a simple worker placement collecting resources game, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. You've got friend cards that can either A, help you, which is important, or B, screw over other people. And during the resource collection phase, you're going to randomly pick a spot to go on. Either the forest for wood, the masonry for bricks, or I guess it's like a straw field for the straw, or you can go to the market. Now, if you pick a place and you go there by yourself, you get a lot more resources than if 2 or more people pick the same spot, which looks really cool. Nothing overly innovative in the game, but the theme wrapped around it is extremely strong, and I am really pumped for this game. It looks really good. If you like resource collection, or I guess it's like hidden movement technically, because you're playing a card down and then, oh look, I actually went here when I told you guys I was going over to get the straw and I'm actually at the wood, And if you're by yourself, great. You get extra resources. If that sounds like something you're into, you should definitely check it out. This game looks really good and the art is amazing for it. So that is The Grim Forest. Check it out. My number 2 is a game that funded a while back, but it's been in production for quite a while. And the minis in it look absolutely stunning. The game I'm talking about is Mythic Battles Pantheon. So Mythic Battles Pantheon, you get to pick a god, and you can build your army around that god, which I think is really neat. It's got a hero clicks type aspect. So what that means is, like, as your person takes damage, they go down on this board, and then their stats can change, like their attacks, defenses, movement, all that good stuff, which I think is neat. It adds a bit of flavor to the game that's, it's not in a whole lot of games where you start with one thing and then, oh, look, you can change based on how much you've been hit. I'm assuming there's some kind of a heal aspect as well, so you can actually go back up. And it pits all these different gods against each other. So you can have, like, Medusa, Hercules, all these cool things. There's different monsters in the game, like the Sphinxes, the Manticore, etc. There's heroes, so you got, like, Hercules, people like that. And then you've got the actual gods, so like Zeus and all of them. Game seems really good. There's a whole bunch of different scenarios. You can do you can pit your army versus your best friend's army, and you can fight through these different scenarios. It looks really neat, and I am really excited for this one. So check that one out. That is Mythic Battles Pantheon by Monolith Board Games. So number 1 for me is Subterra by Inside the Box Board Games. It is coming out in November of 2017, and this one quite simply had to be number 1 for me, just because it's for my game group, and I know of 3 of us in the group that actually backed this game. Wow, this looks like a good game. Basically, you take the role of a caver, and unfortunately you and your X amount of friends have been trapped in this cave, and you all have to explore different areas of the cave, trying to escape while avoiding the different hazards. You get certain actions, you move around the board, exploring these new tiles, trying to keep everyone alive. If a certain amount of people, no one actually dies in the game, you become unconscious, and if no one wakes you up by the end of the game when everyone else escapes, then you die. But if you leave too many people behind, the game ends prematurely because you've lost too many players. So that's cool. Overall, it's a really neat game. It's like, you're trying to move around without getting too separated, because there's only one way out is the other thing, and it's buried in the tile deck so far down that it takes a while to get there, which is cool. But the game always seems like you're on the cusp of losing until you sneak out the win. It's really good. I've played it on Tabletopia. You can check it out there. It's really good there. If you want to check out any of the links for these games, they're all in the description below. So that was my top 5 most anticipated games of 2017 coming from Kickstarter. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching our video. For more, you can visit our channel for weekly updates or subscribe below. Thanks again!